Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. Today we're doing a December reset. So it's gonna be Christmas decorating, cleaning, and since it's the end of the year, I'm gonna actually like sit down, look at my goals, see how they panned out, and maybe even set some new ones for 2026. I can't believe we're wrapping up 2025 already. So I'm really excited for this vlog today because it's just gonna be all of the cozy Christmas vibes, cleaning vibes, and getting ready for the holidays. So Chris and I have already started to set up some stuff. Like we just have the tree up, but it's not decorated. I've set up a few little trinkets here and there, but yeah. We're gonna set up the big tree in here and decorate our staircase and just clean everything up. If you guys want some motivation to get ready for Christmas time, the holidays, get your house cleaned up, all that good stuff, then make sure you follow along with me on this video. Let's get started. Okay, so now we have entered the second part of this video, which is doing a little bit of a mental reset, and I actually just wanted to sit down and plan a little bit for 2026. So we're gonna do that for the second part of this video. I got a good amount of decorating done. The only thing that is really left is actually putting ornaments on the tree. I figured, I'm like, I don't even know if we're gonna do ornaments with a toddling, 18-month-old here soon. So we'll see if we do that. I think I might just give it a shot, put non-breakables down on the bottom and you know, see how that goes first. But okay, so planning for 2026 and goal setting. The first thing that I want to do is just like take 5, 10, or maybe if you have plenty of time, 30 minutes to do a little bit of reflecting. I think it's good to kind of go through some of your old goals. Just think about what went well for you in 2025 and celebrate your wins. It's definitely really important to think about the things that you actually did well, that, you know, you're proud of yourself for, and write those down, because it can be easy to think like, oh, I didn't achieve that much. You know, I wish I would have done more, etc. But when you actually look back, sit down and reflect, you might find that you actually did better than you thought. So I'm gonna take just like 5 minutes, because I don't have a ton of time. My toddler's napping, and do some like bullet points of just some of the things I'm proud of myself for doing this year, and some of my like big wins. Just to share mine with you, because I'm an open book. My 2025 wins: we did a trip to Mexico and Hawaii. We did several other trips actually this year, but those were kind of the big vacations. We're coming into 2025. We wanted to do a big like international trip, like Europe somewhere, but after finding out I was pregnant, we decided to nix that and do something domestic. So I'm proud that we were able to still do a couple of closer trips. Basically, I walked outside a lot. That was a big goal for 2025. Found ways to prioritize my mental health and outsource what was dragging me down. So I'm definitely still working on this one, but like I hired a YouTube editor for my main channel, not for my vlogs, but that was something that was a huge help for me. We had cleaners come in recently. I would like to have cleaners come in regularly. I have been working on getting some help with like nannying, so just kind of outsourcing some of the things that are draining to me a little bit. I wrote down said let them. This is one that's been really big for me the last few months. Specifically, I read the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, and I thought that was definitely a really good book. I recommend it if you struggle a little bit with kind of like people pleasing and that type of thing. So yeah, I've been saying let them, and it definitely gives you a sense of peace. I got pregnant with baby number 2. That was on our 2025 goals. Increased income with freelance work. I did get a freelancing job, and because of that, I've increased my monthly income quite a bit, so that's exciting. I got my main channel to 23,000 subscribers, and this channel I'm really close to getting monetized, so that's very exciting. I'm hoping to get monetized within the next couple of months here. I started and grew a photography business. That was one thing that I wasn't necessarily planning on coming into 2024, but we're coming into 2025. But beginning of 2025, like January, February, I was like, this seems like something I would really enjoy doing. So I just went for it, and I'm definitely really happy that I did. We visited family a lot this year, which was great. And I also wrote eat generally healthy and well balanced. So again, none of these are like super crazy big things, but it's just important to remember that like I did do some of the things that I set out to do in 2025. Again, easy to feel like maybe you didn't hit your weight loss goals or something like that, but you know, I stayed active and I ate generally healthy, and those are really important for my overall health. So definitely like things to celebrate. All right, so piggybacking off of that, I am actually going to head over to my Notion page and start brainstorming my 2026 goals. And again, I'm gonna just be kind of gentle with myself here, because I am going to be having a baby early 2026, so my goals are going to look a little bit different. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't updated my Notion, my general Notion, in a long time. I don't really use it on like a monthly basis anymore, but I do really like it for just like goal tracking and that type of thing, because I know like exactly where my goals live and I like the aesthetics of it. So yeah, I'm gonna be updating my Notion page for my 2026 goals. As a complete side note, yes, I drink my coffee completely black, but this mug is so cute. I got it from Target. They had a few different designs. I think it was only like $5, but look how cute this freaking mug is. Anyway, I'll link it down below because I am obsessed. And by the way, I think my next video is going to be like a holiday gift guide right before Black Friday. So if you need some gift inspo for Black Friday, make sure you stay tuned for next week's video. Just throwing that out there. But okay, we're going to head over to my Notion page right now and just update my goals and get ready for 2026. I definitely recommend do this along with me. Pause where you want to pause. I'll talk through kind of how I'm thinking about my goals, and then, you know, obviously again, I'm using Notion, but you could just write them down on a piece of paper. If you do that, I definitely recommend put it somewhere where you can look at it frequently, or just like a place you're not going to lose it, because that was always the problem I used to have, is I would lose the piece of paper I wrote down my goals on. So you can write them in the notes app on your phone, whatever is easiest, just somewhere that you're not going to misplace them so that you can refer back to them. Here we go. I'm in Notion. I'm going to update this 2026 yearly goals. This graphic is still pretty old, but it's fine. So I personally like to break my goals into categories. For me, I have personal health and fitness and career, and you could do more categories if you want. For me, this is just what has worked well. And going through these really quick, like read 36 books. I actually think I'm on track for that one. I like to just have like a book reading goal just for my own kind of friendly competition with myself, to be honest. So as you recall, just a second ago, I was saying international travel. Obviously we did not do that due to pregnancy stuff. So we did Hawaii instead. We did do Mexico, and then we did go up to the Pacific Northwest in August. It was a short trip, but we still did do that. Eat whole foods 80% of the time. I do feel like my diet is generally pretty well balanced. I do try to eat whole foods majority of the time, only eat processed stuff like here and there. Gym 3 times per week. That really went down with personal circumstances. My husband started working crazy hours, and at the time, like, I didn't have childcare basically for Charlie for me to be able to go work out. So I like have not been really going to the gym, but then recently just joined a gym here that has childcare. So I've been getting back into doing that. So now I'm actually going like almost every day, doing a little bit of work sometimes and shorter workouts, but still going. Walking outside 4 times per week. I've definitely done that one, so that's an exciting one. Post 1 YouTube video per week on each channel. I think I've pretty much done that. I might have skipped a week or 2 on this channel. Get monetized on vlog channel. Again, I'm really close. I think I'm at like 600 and I don't know, 60 subscribers, somewhere around there. I'm getting close with the subscriber count, and hopefully within the next couple of months. And 1 new video on each channel getting 100,000 views. That has not happened, but I love having that on here as like a big North Star goal. So I'm just gonna take a few minutes kind of combining my wins to like piggyback off of those and leverage those as like things that are achievable for 2026, but also for me specifically keeping in mind what is reasonable and realistic with having a baby. Okay, so I kept a good amount of these and just added in a few more kind of specific to me. So real quick, read 30 books. Knowing I have a newborn, my numbers will be down next year, I think. I don't know who's watching this video. I don't think really any of my friends here watch these videos, but we may or may not be thinking about moving. So I would like that to happen next year if possible. Do a bigger vacation. So by this, I mean not just like a weekend getaway. Weekend getaways, of course, like are super important for your mental health and just great like bonding experiences and things. But I want to definitely plan 1 vacation for our whole family, probably towards, you know, fall, once newborn baby is like more like 6 months old or something. So 1 bigger vacation. Watch out for PPD, PPA. I actually have some things in place to kind of look out for that. I found a therapist that I want to have just like on deck, and that's kind of my plan for this postpartum experience, because when I was postpartum initially with Charlie, I was struggling with those, you know, symptoms, and then finding a therapist when you feel like crap is really hard to do. I didn't finally start seeing one until maybe like 6 weeks postpartum, and I just want to have like weekly check-ins with a therapist for the first like probably 12 weeks postpartum, just for my own sake. And yeah, just trying to look out for myself here. Upgrade 1 or both cars. This is something Chris and I have been talking about doing for a couple of months now with baby number 2 on the way. Her cars are just not they're not like massive. So I think that this is definitely like at some point in 2026 this would be good to do. And we do really want to get a camper. I think that would be so fun and definitely a lot easier to go camping with kids in a camper rather than tent camping. So that's on my 2026 goal list. I'm also going to add in here monthly date nights with husband. It's been really hard for us to do with a kid, and it's only going to get harder, but it's so important, I think, for the relationship. So I'm adding this in here as a goal. Health and fitness, kept eating whole foods. I reduced gym to 2 times per week because realistically 2 kids, we're gonna have less time, but I do still want to keep that in my mind as a priority. Meanwhile, we're gonna walk outside, drink a gallon of water, and doing mindfulness practices. It's really important, I found, for myself to do like me time mindful practices, so added that in there. And then for career, I kind of kept these first 3 goals the same, and I also added double current income because, you know, I'm growing my photography business, growing my YouTube channels, I have the freelance opportunities, and I really think that 2026 is going to be an exciting year of like seeing my businesses really like flourish and blossom. So I'm excited for that, and I just love having those kinds of goals in there. I do in here have like monthly breakdowns, and I'm not going to do that this time because, again, with a baby, it's like do what you can when you can, do your best. That's how it goes. So yeah, I am happy with how these goals are looking. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to do for me, this is very specific to me and my situation, but you could totally do something similar with your situation, whatever that is. And I'm actually going to go over to ChatGPT and have it help me break down a plan for the next kind of, we'll call it like 10 weeks of getting stuff done and ready for baby number 2's arrival. But you could definitely do something similar for if you want to prep, you know, a 10-week plan for weight loss, or I don't know, like a meal plan over 10 weeks. Like ChatGPT, I think, is such a great tool to use, and so many people don't use it because, I don't know, scared of AI and that type of thing. But, you know, it's completely free. You might as well use it as a tool. So what I want to use it for, again, is I'm going to have it build me like a week by week to-do list of some of the things that I need to do for nesting, baby prep, things like meal planning, sanitizing bottles, prepping the nursery, things like that. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm currently feeling very like overwhelmed, and like there's just too many steps to do and things to do for the baby. And I think, again, this is a great way to kind of like break it down, not actually have to think about it yourself, leverage AI to come up with like a schedule for yourself. And again, you could change it to something more relevant to whatever you're going through. So heading over to ChatGPT and then doing a little bit of planning that way. Alright, so ChatGPT gave me a really awesome breakdown of different things I can do each week to make it more manageable and not overwhelming. So I'm definitely going to be, you know, putting that in like a calendar and printing it out so that I can use that as a guide over these next like 2.5 months. So anyways, that is going to do it, I think, for my December reset. We did a good amount of cleaning, we decorated for Christmas, sat down, looked at 2025, how that went, and set some new exciting goals for 2026. So if you did along with me, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear if you have any, you know, fun, exciting, big goals for 2026. You know, my biggest goal is to have a healthy baby. So that is number one. Everything else will kind of come behind it. So I'm really excited to see how the rest of this year pans out, this last couple of weeks of 2025, and first few weeks coming into 2026 are going to be a big year for us. So I'm really excited and nervous and all of the things. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reset vlog. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one.